That's something that I haven't even taken in. Thank you for that lesson. That's a true history lesson and an understanding of the community I think very few people have scratched the surface on thinking about. Wow. Sir, you have been compared to a Joseph Kennedy in Grand Rapids. People have said that Seifullah has been a very prominent businessman. He's worked and developed his community to the best of his ability, and he's made money and been successful at doing it. And now he is progressing politically in many different arenas, and he's bringing up young people and family with him, you know what I mean, to make those same advancements. How do you see yourself in 2010 advancing the cause of the African American community, advancing the cause of a more progressive Grand Rapids, and bringing Grand Rapids together to become the leader in Michigan, in a state where Detroit is now suffering more than almost any other big city in the nation?
Well, I think that part of what I was explaining in terms of the dynamics of the city is what begins to shape my view. Sure. And as I work with young individuals and even older individuals that really have a commitment to advancement and social change, I try to bring to bear a clear vision on what is the obstacles or what are the challenges that we have in front of us. Number one, I have to step to the front and I have to be the first one to put myself in a position to take a bullet if a bullet is to be taken. Sure. You know, so often we have these social theorists that like to hang in the background and give everybody the theory on revolution, the theory on success, but then they live in a safe place. Well, I don't think it's appropriate for people who take the position of leadership to think that you have to always be in a safe place. What brings about change is that we challenge it. And I wouldn't require you to challenge it if I don't challenge it. Right. And so that's why you see me in so many places. I'll work on any social, philosophical agenda. I think that is a part of the advancement called whether economics, politics, social, humanitarian, you name what it is. If there's a front to be waged, I want to be there, not in an antagonistic way, but in a productive, contributing kind of way. Sure. So I think that what we have to do is we have to live what we say we believe and what we teach. Right. And we can't pass that off to anybody else. I reach back and I try to find the young people and get them involved. Every political campaign I've ran, you see hordes of young people around. I mean, they come in droves. The first time Reverend Dean won the state representative seat, you couldn't even get in the building. Right. The building was surrounded for a whole block with people that just came out from all kind of venues. Right. And that's the kind of outreach I think is important. I think it's important that we do have. Why, in the course of my work, I would never view myself as you described in that introduction to this question, because I've been too busy to look back and see what it is. I just see an old brother in the hood that's still struggling, man. I'm still trying to get mine. I'm glad to know people think of me like that. But you get to that point, and you have to always maintain your sense of common center, so that when you walk in the street, the brothers don't say, oh, that's him, as opposed to, hey, no, what you doing, man? Come on. They play with me by my car. They do all kinds of things, right? But that's brotherhood. Right. They should feel all right to do that. Right. They ask me for my same phone number. Give me your cell phone number, I'll call you. But I ain't going to abuse it, man. Right. So I don't care. I give them the cell phone, they call me all the time. Right. So I think you have to make yourself accessible. I think you have to share the knowledge with other people. Right. You have to take the time to teach. When someone sit down and want to listen, you got to have the patience to teach. There's a thing in the Quran I like to refer to. The prophet was on his way to a busy meeting, and he thought that it would be a very good meeting for the advancement of the social concerns that they had with the so-called big fellas, the muckety-mucks. And there was a blind man standing there, kept trying to get his attention. He wanted him to teach him something about the religion of Islam. Prophet kept on saying, look, man, I got somewhere to go. You holding me up? And then Allah gave him the revelation, why are you ignoring the blind man who wants you to give him what you know in anticipation of running off to some people to try to explain something to them that they don't even want to hear? You see what I mean? Yes, and so often we make that kind of mistake, where we have our people, because they don't fit a certain classification or a certain look, they don't talk a certain kind of way, and then we have this so-called tie and shirt established opportunity over here. Right. We'd put them off to the side saying, well, let me go mature this established opportunity and I'll get back to you later. Right. When here's where the real work and the real potential for success actually lie. Right. That over there may not get you anywhere. Right. So that's kind of the philosophy I work by, and that's really what has enabled me to be able to transcend so many different areas, because I don't let barriers, traditional barriers, stop me from going into them. Absolutely.